Hi and welcome to my video lesson of God Satan. It's by Biffy Clyro, album's Only Revolutions. It was released in 2009, I think, and it was a good album, so if you don't know it, just listen to it, because it's one of the best albums of that year, in fact possibly the best. But the reason I'm doing this video tutorial is because I did one on many of horror, and that did really well, got a lot of ratings, a lot of views, and a lot of really nice comments. And then I got some requests saying that they wanted God Satan too, so here I am, and I'm going to do a quick video lesson on how to do God Satan. Might be two parts, just like the other one. I've done a couple of takes which didn't do too well, and that had to be split up into two parts too. So just quickly, I'm just going to run through in general what the song is, and I'll go through it in a bit. Right, so I just sort of bundled it up, so that's not the correct order of any of the riffs, so don't use that as your basis. But right now I'm going to run through the chord structures, chord shapes, so your finger placements on the fretboard. Now if you don't know the chords of, these are the ones I'm going to run through. I'm going to run through G, E minor, C, D, and yeah, those are the ones I'm going to run through now. If you do know those, I'm going to put a little link up here, and that's just going to take you to a later part in the video. So if you do know them, just click the link. And for those who don't, let's get straight into it and do these chord shapes. So the ones you're going to do are G. G's one of the most used ones, as is E minor, but G is basically in the order of the strings, so that'll be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those are the order of the strings. The frets, this is where you want to put your fingers on the frets. You want to go 3, 2, 0, 0, 0, and 1. Not 1, sorry. 3. So it's 3, 2, 0, 0, 0, 3. And then E minor. E minor's just two finger placements. It's also a power chord of the low E, and that basically means that you need two fingers in succession. So if you were doing a power chord sequence like you would go, you would be using these fingers, but for the sake of argument, let's just use these fingers because they're actually easier, because in most of the transitions you go from G to E minor, so your finger is already on the 5th string on the 2nd fret, so you can just go and only have to move this middle finger. I'm not going to put it up because it looks like I'm swearing, but you get the gist. So the E minor chord you're going to play with your 1st and 2nd fingers, and the fret placements go 0, 2, 2. But in the Biffy Clyro song that they're using, well, the chord that they're using, they're continuing on and they're just playing the last 3 strings. They're just playing them open, so you should get a note or a chord even that sounds like this. And then you've got C. This one's a bit different because you're trying to avoid playing the 6th string. You don't want to play it. But the way I do it is I wrap my thumb around, because usually it's like here, but I wrap it round and I mute it like that. That's not the normal way, and I'm far from a normal person, so you don't have to do it that way, especially if you're like a child or someone with small hands, it's not really the best thing to do, because it's stretching your thumb too far and it'll probably hurt by the end of the song. So either you can use this finger, your ring finger, and you can push it a little bit just so it mutes it, but that's a little bit difficult. So all you have to do is just not play it. So you can just even start from the 5th string and just work your way down from there. But the basis is you don't want to touch the 6th string. So the C chord is just 3, 2, 0, 1. Yeah, 3, 2, 0, 1, 0. So just like that. The D chord, I'm running a little short on time, so I'm just going to go through this quite quickly. You don't want to play 5 and 6. You want to start from the 4th one, the 4th string, and you want to play 0, 2, 3, 2. And if you play these strings, if you play any of the strings that I told you not to play, it sort of deteriorates the chord a bit. You don't want to do that. It doesn't sound the same, so you want to avoid those strings. Okay, so if you click the button, you've now joined back with us, and we're going to run through, first off we're going to run through the, in order of appearance, we're going to run through the verse, the pre-chorus, and maybe the chorus if I have time for part 1. Whatever I don't have time for, I'm just going to run into part 2, and you can view it there. But the verse, it's very simple. You just go G, and then E minor, G, C, and then you do C again, G, E minor, and then E minor once more. So there's your verse, and it should sound like this. Okay, and for the first time through, because it's also the intro where Simon Neil, the lead singer, he doesn't sing for the first time around, but it's still the verse riff. So I'm just going to refer to it as the verse riff, because calling an intro is a bit pointless. But someone's trying to contact me, sorry about that. But the verse riff, you're gonna, hang on a second, I don't even know who's contacting me. It's my friend Jack, so if you're watching this, which you're likely to, hi Jack. But anyway, back to basics. Verse riff, you're going to play 3 times for the first way through, so that includes the intro. The intro is where he isn't singing, but we're going to call it the verse riff. So you play the intro verse riff, the verse riff, and then the verse riff again. And you go into the pre-chorus, which is, so that's a sort of quick change there you've got to do. You go from G, and you basically only play it twice, and then C, and then D. Now you notice at the end of that I'm also flicking up on the 1st and 2nd strings. That's important, you get a little bit of emphasis in those, so it does that in the song, so it's useful to just do that, just use those as upstrokes. Well, I didn't do upstrokes then, but it's easier to do upstrokes for some of the things that I'm going to teach you. But if it is, then I'll just tell you that in the first place. Right, now for the chorus. The chorus is 3 chords. Yeah, it's 3 chords for the chorus, and that goes through twice for the first time round, and that's basically. And the chords I'm doing there are C, and then a C again, and then G, and then D. So that's your chorus. That's, I think I will split this into 2 parts. So in this part, just to clarify, you've got the verse, you got the pre-chorus, that's it, and you've got the chorus. In part 2 I'm going to run through the variation in the second chorus, because there's a little bit of a change in the second chorus, but it's not too much. The bridge, and then the final verse. So if you want to join me for that one, then you can learn the rest of the song. But otherwise, I hope this has been helpful, and I hope to see you again in some of my other videos.